Welcome back to Podcast The Motion Picture. Today we are going to be talking about the 1991 film, The Addams Family. Did either of you see this movie before watching it for this podcast?
I had always seen the sequel, but this was my first time watching the first one.
I have seen this film. It's been over a decade, but I have seen the film.
Yeah, I can't remember when I originally saw it, but this was maybe my second or third time seeing it.
Yeah, I remember just glimpses of stuff, but
yeah, same here.
I'd like to know what Esteban thought. What did you think of the film?
I thought it was pretty good.
Wait a minute, hang on, wait a minute. So, because I did a British accent for the 5th of November, and I called Esteban out on doing a Gomez Addams impersonation, are you going to do it?
Oh God. I don't know if I can be that passionate
because you hurt me real deep making fun of my British accent. So.
I thought you had tougher skin than that.
I do. I'm just trying to make this exciting for the listeners.
I'll save the accent for something different.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Sorry to derail.
Yeah.
What did
I
you
was
think?
gonna offer him the backup of Cousin It or Lurch, but
wow, great.
That would be unintelligible, though. Do you want to have a conversation? But I thought the movie was pretty good. I felt a little almost incomplete, I guess. Mm-hmm. I got kind of lost with the plot.
At what point?
Maybe there was a hole somewhere.
And let me ask you guys.
Otherwise, it was pretty enjoyable.
Were either of you familiar with the original TV series?
That's a big negative.
No? Okay.
I had actually seen more of the Scooby-Doo references as far as the cartoon goes, but I had never seen the original black and white show.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it from time to time on KDOC.
What the hell is that?
Blatant plug for KDOC TV. The non-cable channel that plays all your old classics from the A-Team to the Addams Family. But yeah, I only had enjoyed a couple episodes of it, so I wasn't really well versed on the Addams Family. But it's always, the lore of the Addams Family has always intrigued me because it's something that they don't explain.
Mm-hmm.
Like why are these people able to be electrocuted, stabbed, and all sorts of things, but yet they have so many ancestors who are dead? I don't know. You get my confusion though, right?
Yes,
it intrigues me. I want to know what makes this particular iteration of the Addams Family so invulnerable to damage.
Yeah, I wonder
maybe there's a limit. I don't know.
Or maybe it's like a sort of like a consent thing. Like whenever Morticia and Gomez talk about it, it's always like sexual. Mm-hmm. And then when Gomez and Fester talk about it, it's always like playful brotherly things. And the same with Wednesday and Pugsley. We're just playing a game. What was the game called where she fucking electrocutes him?
Oh, is there a heaven?
Yeah.
I want to play that game.
So stuff like that.
So, Esteban, I want to know what part of the plot lost you.
Who the hell was the fake mother to Fester? Was she some sort of witch doctor that they were trying to hint at with that television program?
So, you claim that your son was brainwashed by voodoo witch doctors and forced to recruit others.
Where the hell did she find him?
I think she really did find him in the Bermuda Triangle. He really did show up without memory. And she just told him that, oh, you're my son from birth. And he was just like, well, okay.
Yeah,
Did
we'll
not
say
take that much convincing.
Yeah, that the plot of oh, we want to find Fester, but we're gonna get this guy who actually is Fester, but just forgot. Like, yeah, it was pretty convenient.
I mean, they have a library full of books that are literal things in the book. It'd be like, oh, it's a fucking tsunami, the book. Oh, don't open that one. Like,
The house was surprisingly a lot brighter than I had anticipated it.
yeah, I think that's
Like-
something a more recent thing people have started developing for quote moodier stuff. Because you're right, it is very bright, and I could clearly see everything that was going on. And it's similar to when I watch older horror films. Like I can still see things. Whereas now
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? I can't even. What is this?
And having rewatched this film in 2017 just makes me hate dark and gritty remakes all the more.
I agree.
Because it's like you don't need to go dark and gritty to make something like delightfully dark. You know what I mean? I mean, in some cases, yeah, I can. If you want to make a dark and gritty Wolfman, yeah, go ahead. But I guess I'll just mention it once. I mean, dark and gritty Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's just not.
It's really gonna happen, isn't it?
I fear that if we have success with that, we're going to see a dark and gritty Addams Family, which I don't think we need.
I
this
don't.
really should not be touched.
I'd love to have a relationship with a woman like the way Gomez has a relationship
Oh
with
yeah,
Morticia.
I would totally be down for that.
I think that everyone is down for that, no matter what your gender. I think everyone just wants that sort of unabashed
Yeah.
idolatry.
Everyone wants the freedom to love without
Without shame.
without shame or capping it or whatever. And for that love to be returned.
And it is nice to know that somebody, like Ben said, they didn't cap out. They didn't reach their love limit, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's like constantly those, like the honeymoon phase. So my favorite scene of the film is probably one of the more iconic scenes of the film, but it was the Shakespeare play that the kids did. I felt like watching that scene, that was probably the scene they pitched, because I think that truly encapsulates the humor of the film.
Yeah, behind how the Addams Family is versus us normal people.
Yeah, that's like everything. You could just show that one scene and people would get the best example of the world that they're in and the people that they are.
People always cite the Girl Scout cookie scene as well.
My favorite part's when Morticia goes to Wednesday's school and they're showing all their heroes. And so she shows her great aunt Calpurnia, I believe. And so I thought that was funny that the mom is okay with her, I guess, being sort of her own woman, whatever she decides to be when she gets older. But,
I agree, and I think that it goes back to what we were saying earlier, like they're still a loving family. Yeah, so what was up with that one lady who married Cousin It? I mean, I have respect for her because she's just like this guy, the guy from Clueless, he's tripping.
Throughout this movie, we see this guy just treating her with disrespect constantly. And then for her, the first It, I guess, to listen to her was Cousin It.
I loved his car, man. His car was fucking sweet.
Yeah, he had a pretty sweet car.
It reminded me of the older Batmobile that had the fucking like scuba.
what?
Very similar. Like they had
Oh,
similar
okay.
traits.
Did either of you know what a Chinese finger trap was prior to this film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But we grew up in the 90s. So
What?
Yeah,
that was
man.
like one of our only toys growing up.
One time I handcuffed my wrist to my ankle because I didn't have a Chinese finger trap. That's a true story, man. That is
result.
100% a true story.
Why?
And they had to call.
Where the
a
hell
cop.
did you get the handcuffs?
No, it was like the kids pair.
Okay.
You know, like a cops and robbers one. And somebody fucking forgot or lost the key. And they're like, yeah, Ryan, fucking do this. We'll get you out. That'd be funny. Because, you know, that's how kids think.
Yeah.
So they had to call the cop to get them to unlock it.
How strong are those?
They were strong. And then apparently I insulted the cop because he was taking too long.
How old were you when this happened?
Dude, I must have been like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandma loves to tell this.
Yeah, I would probably have been angry at this little shit. What was up with those twins? So Gomez had sex with both of them? They seem like very overly. They don't get along too well by themselves. I feel like maybe that would have been a little hard.
You know, I think that this is just a joke you have to do when you have conjoined twins, because Ben and I have written the same joke. And I think that American Horror Story also did the same thing, where you have some sort of weird love triangle between conjoined twins. You can't think about the logistics of it, because then you're like... Anyway, how'd you guys like the secret chambers in their house? Like, how would you ever remember which lever to pull?
I wouldn't.
Those chains. And what would happen if you fucking drowned in those tubes? She's like, I'm dead.
And also, why isn't the chain the first security measure? Like, once they get past the book, once they find the right book, then they get to the chains.
Yeah.
And then even if they find the right chain, they still have to row across a moat.
Yeah, Mindy was asking me if that was the river Styx.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, it could be.
And then even if they get to the vault, they still have to remember the combination for the lock. And even if they get inside that room, they have to pull the right bottle to get the mirror to flip around to see where the treasure is. So that's a lot of like ifs and buts and figuring. So I think the security measures are pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much like self-made, I'm almost, with just like fortunes from like ancestors in the past. Like, because I can't see them having normal jobs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they were talking about at the beginning. That the fucking dude, Cher's dad from Clueless. He's like, oh yeah, he pays me in what were they fucking pesos or some shit? Doubloons. Yeah, there you go.
For as old as that house is, with all those, I'm surprised he has an up-to-date calendar. To be perfectly honest.
You think they would ever get tablets? Sure. You think in this gritty, dark remake they'll have tablets? Or they'll just be like, I don't do that.
Are they really gonna do this though?
No, we were just saying like a what if, because everything else is going dark and gritty.
Fuck.
Yeah, because like would they ever reboot Beetlejuice and just make him a normal demon? It's like basically Insidious, but it's Beetlejuice.
Although I think it would be absolutely hilarious to see him pop up behind somebody's head.
Yeah, that would be like the fucking red guy.
Hey, bud. Hey, what's going on? Hey, come on, guy. We shop at the same store. Come on.
Hey, look at this. You can barely see me. You can see like a tenth of my head.
What are we talking about?
I gotta get that Insidious screenshot and put Beetlejuice in. Did it hold up, guys? Let's just close on that. Did you guys feel like it held up in 2017? Watching this movie that came out in 1991.
Yeah, I think other than when they go into
right?
I think other than when they show the quote modern hip hop, which is just fucking 90s or fucking Fresh Prince of Bel Air hip hop. Other than that, yeah, I do. I think it totally holds up.
That always seemed very unfitting. Just to like end the movie with that type of music. I'm like, what is this now?
I think just movies do that though, because I mean, in 10 years, when everyone listens to this Snakes on a Plane soundtrack, they're gonna be like, who the hell are these indie artists that were only active between the years of 2005 and 2009?
Or how like the opening credits of like every TV show between like 2010 and 2013 was like ZBrush models, and then they just pour textures over them. Like that was fucking Daredevil's opening, and Black Sails.
Black Sails, yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
패드 드림 스프레이